process and tell me what it means for me. Well, I'm going to do that for you. Here's what that means for you. If you filed taxes in 2018 or 2019, Uncle Sam is planning to send you a check to help you get through these rough times. The first one is supposed to arrive within 3 weeks, and another might follow 6 weeks later if we're still in crisis mode. Now, VIPs, let me pause there for just a minute. Okay, so we've got the one that's coming, and there may be another. This is imperative for us to be able to hear all the way through, because I don't want people thinking that this is going to continue to happen every 3 weeks, because it's not. And so, we still have to get our own cape out. We still have to work the plan to help ourselves. So Americans should receive, and I'm going to get into the qualifications process here in just a second, but I'm just telling you, Americans should receive $1,200 for each adult and $500 for each child. However, there are income limits for qualifying for the full aid. Let's break those numbers down. In order to qualify as an individual, you have to have an income of $75,000 or less. If you're head of household, okay, then you have an income of $112,500 or less. Or if you are married jointly, the income has to be $150,000 or less. Now, if you make more than that, the check amount will be less than $5 for every $100 that your income goes over the limit. Let me say that again. If you make more than those numbers, $75,000 as an individual, $112,500 as the head of household, or $150,000 a married filing jointly, if you make more than that, the check amount will be $5 less, will decrease $5 for every $100 that your income goes over that limit. So yes, there will be some folks that will get very small amounts of their checks. There'll be people that get the full amount. However, now, with taxpayers with income more than $99,000 as an individual or $198,000 as married, okay, won't receive anything. So let me say it again. Taxpayers with an income of more than $99,000 or $198,000 if you're married won't receive any of the stimulus checks. The bill also allows people in distress and economic distress to withdraw from their 401k without the 10% early withdrawal penalty. Okay. Now, hold on just a minute. Okay. Now, they said without the 10% penalty. Hear me. You still would have the 30 to 40% income tax hit. You're still tapping Uncle Sam on the shoulder about this because this was money you put in and you didn't pay any taxes on it. So again, remember the 401k and 403b, that's money for your high definition dream. This is money you're putting aside to allow time and compound interest to let the money grow. And so I dislike that provision inside of that. I do, because you're going to have people reaching into that instead of making the necessary changes that need to be done to be able to still stay on course to live those dreams. I digress. I'll dig into that another time. So people are asking, hold on. No, don't touch your 401k money. Let me be clear with that. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. Make adjustments inside of your budget. Look for ways to bring in extra income. Do not reach and rob the future you to be able to deal with now. No, let that grow. Trust me. If you listen, you'll be grateful. If you don't, you will be frustrated. So don't touch that money. People are asking, what should you do with the stimulus money? Well, here's the reality. We can't wait on the government to bail us out. Okay, we just can't. And with or without the check, there's a few things we need to be able to take care of first. And I'm talking about the four walls. That's your food. That's your shelter. That's your utilities, as well as your transportation. Those are the four walls. When you hear that, those are the priorities you got to have. We got to make sure those things are covered. Anything else falls outside of that. It's really important, okay? And as you look at this, these are the things that will allow you to sustain to be able to get things done. I want you to go into conserve mode, VIPs. That means we're cutting out all unnecessary spending. It's shutting it down. Why? Because we have to be smart and protect the money that we have. This is not elective. Okay, this is not something that, hey, We'll deal with this another couple of weeks. We don't know. So shifting your mindset is an absolute must. We have to be able to have a diversion, to be able to go, okay, I really want this, but this is not the time to do that. And so you go into conserve mode. You make adjustments based on whatever baby step you're on. If you're on baby step 2 and you've been attacking debt and your income's been reduced 50%, you're going to have to pause the baby steps, right? And so that check that comes in, you can't use that for debt if your income has been reduced 50%. You're going to have to put that money aside in the savings account and get ready to use it on one of the 4 walls.